Are we ready, Daniel? Okay. If everybody could take a seat. All righty. I want to thank Jason Hand and Daniel Stahl tonight for doing our sound and our video, which is on our new YouTube channel. And thank you to Mitch Rachel for taking care of that and getting that set. Also, thank you for Mr. Jeff Holt providing our security this evening. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you and your team so very much. And to everybody else, we welcome you. So at this time, the media has been notified, and we will stand and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay, a couple of things. Thank y'all again for joining us. We'd like to send our thoughts and prayers and condolences to Mr. Al Harpino and his family in the loss of his dad. Y'all know how much, Al's dad meant to the Harpino family, and I want to wish Al and his family, from our district and our board, send him our thoughts and prayers as they deal through this time of grieving. And so, Al, just know that we're praying for you. All righty, thank you all. And at this time, yes.
Also, Coach Mark Tucker lost his mother.
Okay, Mark Tucker just been made aware have lost his mother today. So our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Mark Tucker and his family during this loss. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, at this time we will go to number 3. Dr. Gocher, if you could set us going for the employees of the month.
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Cloud. We'd like to start with Oakland Heights, and Ms. Shirley will recognize Ms. Megan Riggs.
Okay, I want you to know that I've been doing this for 500 years, and this is the first time I've ever had to go first. I'm not sure I like it. All right, so this month I get to recognize one of the hardest workers in our school. Miss Megan Riggs has been at our school for several years. Last year, she really began to take a lead in some things. She took a couple of our 4th grade classes through an author writing workshop and worked to create buddies for a classroom where she crocheted them herself. And so each child in one of our classrooms has a little cute little animal as a reading buddy. Took the initiative on her own for that. This year, in the midst of all of the crazy that we've had going on, our kindergartners were not going to get to go to the pumpkin patch. And Megan realized that, and as an aide, took on setting up a pumpkin patch day for our kindergartners at Oakland. She got pumpkins, she created stations for the kids, we even had a little hayride. It was an incredible experience for those kids. And she headed that. She got volunteers from our staff to help, and they made it a whole afternoon experience for those kids. And had it not been for Megan, I don't know that we would have been able to do this because there just wasn't enough of us going around at the time to make it all work. As soon as she finished that, she turns around, and in our 3rd and 4th grade classrooms, we have something called VEX kits. And VEX kits are kind of like glorified Legos. There's tiny pieces all the way up to pretty mid-sized pieces, and our students over the years had created kind of chaos with the VEX kits, but we needed them this year. So she took those VEX kits for 80 students, divided all of the parts out, and found all the parts that we needed for 80 students to be able to make simple machines in about a week's period of time. So I do not know what we would do without staff who are willing to be wind beneath our wings, but Megan Riggs exemplifies that every day, and we love having her at Oakland. And I'm so happy that for a minute I get to bring her to the front and recognize her for the hard work that she does without ever being asked. She just sees a need and takes care of it. So, Megan Riggs, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Ms. Riggs, for your service and your recognition tonight. You're welcome. And for Secondary Learning Center, Mr. Josh Edgen regrets to let us know that Ms. Sammy Love could not be here, so if you would humor me in allowing us a round of applause for Ms. Sammy Love, Secondary Learning Center. And now for Russellville Intermediate School. There she is. Come on up, Miss Kathy Cook, and honor Miss Segovia and Miss Laura Tackett.
We told them they had to prepare a speech, but probably now is a good time to tell you we were just kidding. RIS would like to recognize our front office staff as the November Employees of the Month. Both of these ladies are brand new to their position this year. And any school secretary will tell you that even in a normal year, there's a whole lot of things to learn about. So many things in the office. It's the communication hub of the entire school. So if I had one word to describe this year, the word I have chosen is more. There are always phone calls and questions from parents, but this year there were more phone calls and more questions than ever. Not only phone calls, but students to keep track of in more locations, a new online registration system, conducting health screenings for any visitors that might be coming our way, and helping to distribute technology. All of this and so much more. So this year was an exceptional year for all of us, and these two ladies rose to that challenge, and I'm so proud of them for staying the course and not running ship, and for also making my job so much easier every day. So please help me congratulate our November Employees of the Month, Laura Tackett and Kenya Segovia.
Thank you so much, Ms. Cook. And now we want to honor Mr. Gus Torres from Sequoia. So Ms. Barbara McShane, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I just want to talk about what Gus means to Sequoia. First of all, to the staff. Gus is a friendly face with a can-do attitude. He can be counted on to keep our building clean, sanitized, and safe for both students and staff. At any point in the day, you will see Gus working not only on the high traffic areas, but rather all parts of our building. He works to ensure that teachers are informed about safe cleaning practices in our building, especially during COVID. Gus greets everyone he passes and is often heard asking about their day. No job is too big or too small for Gus, and boy, does he hustle. If you come into the cafeteria while Gus is cleaning, you will see this amazing wax on, wax off. He is so fast. Like, I tried to copy him one day, and my arms were tired after like 2 tables. So it's crazy. But he never complains, and he can always be counted on to get any job done. Even more importantly than the staff are the way that Gus treats the students. He is absolutely loved by all of the students in the building. They look up to him as both a role model and a friend. Many of our students seek Gus out through the day. Whether it's winning a game, getting a good grade, or earning a special recognition, it's Gus that they can't wait to see and tell. You'll often hear him talking with students about their day while he's wiping those tables off in that crazy manner. Multitasking is not a problem for Gus when it comes to building relationships with our students. He makes every student at Sequoia feel special and heard. He is a rock star for our kindergartners during lunch every year. When it is announced that Gus was the Employee of the Month, the whole school erupted with cheering and clapping, which could be heard within every classroom. Students were so excited to hear that their friend Gus was receiving this honor. Gus has positive interactions with everyone that he sees, both staff and students. He is friendly and fun with the students and takes noticeable pride in all the jobs that he does in the building. He displays the joy in life and strives to do his best in everything. We're privileged to have Gus leading our custodial staff at Sequoia, and our students and staff are privileged to know and love Gus as their friend.
Thank you, Mr. Torres. Appreciate your work. Mr. Brad Kaufman, if you will introduce Miss Nancy to us.
I've had the privilege of knowing Nancy for a number of years of my time as an administrator and as a former teacher at Russellville High School. So this is a kind of a neat treat and an honor for me to be able to introduce you. Russellville High School's Teacher of the Month is Miss Nancy Garone. One of her colleagues wrote the following: Nancy is one of the most compassionate and genuine teachers at Russellville High School. Ms. Garone has been teaching for 8 years. She actually started working in the front office at the high school, and through many hours of study, hard work, perseverance, and dedication, she earned her teaching degree. Ms. Garone truly loves her job and her students. She's a model teacher, always doing what her job requires professionally, but also going above and beyond to ensure students are met with love each and every day. A few of the students had these things to say about her. As an Option B student, learning online has been a bit challenging for me this year. However, one thing that always makes my day better is when I get the chance to chat with Ms. Garone over email. Ms. Garone is always super sweet in her responses, and she's always willing to help when I'm having trouble with my work. I am very thankful to have Ms. Garone as a teacher. Another student says, despite everything going on in the world, she's worked very hard, and I envy her perseverance. So I think perseverance has repeated itself from different perspectives, and that word really sums up Nancy's work ethic. And so it's my honor and privilege to present to Russellville High School's Teacher of the Month, Ms. Nancy Garone.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. And next, Miss Laura Benz is going to come up and honor cafeteria staff, Miss Jamie, Hannah, and Teresa. Come on up, ladies.
For November, Dwight's staff voted for our cafeteria staff, Jamie Williams, Hannah Jenkins, and Teresa Mayo to be our employees of the month. And these are some of the things that they said about our wonderful ladies. Our cafeteria staff go above and beyond to make sure our students are receiving the nutrition they need every day, and also when the students are out of school. They also treat the staff on occasion with sweet treats too, which is super sweet. They do such an amazing job taking care of everyone. They worked to get the boxes made for the students over November 2nd and 3rd, not to mention all the summer meals that they sent out. And they did an amazing job on their audit. We had it was a great audit. No problems. They are always so willing to help. These ladies decorate the cafeteria. It looks amazing for our students. They know our students by name. They make themselves a part of our Dwight family by taking part in our fun faculty events like painting and Secret Santa, as well as taking part in our gifts to our students like Christmas caroling at the students' houses. They love Dwight, and Dwight loves them back. Ladies, we are so thankful to have you every day at our building. You make our building a better place. Congratulations for being our Dwight Employee of the Month.
Thank you, Ms. Benz, for honoring your awesome staff. And now Ms. Kristen Balin, Principal of London, honoring Miss Music Teacher, Miss Lizzie Grice. Go music teachers.
Infectiously energetic, talented, hardworking, positive, and compassionate are just some of the words that the staff at London Elementary used when selecting Lizzie Grice as our Employee of the Month. Lizzie is the music teacher at London and Dwight. She works so hard at both schools and has a genuine love for students in both buildings. With that said, this is just her very first year of teaching. And I know that Ms. Benz and I hit the jackpot when we got her. We were just talking about that. Lizzie is a collaborator with other teachers and is a leader in specialist meetings. She welcomes constructive criticism and is brave enough to ask for help. She works so hard to improve her craft each class time. Lizzie is putting forth so much effort, time, and dedication to making her students' Christmas program as magical as possible. And y'all get this, this isn't just any Christmas program. Lizzie has written the lyrics, composed the songs, and recorded the music tracks all on her own to create an original Christmas musical for our second grade Christmas program. And she didn't just do this for London, she did it for Dwight as well. It happens to be called A Very Merry Quarantine Christmas. Imagine that. She's also composed a theme song for London Elementary. I recently threw that idea out to her, and in just a few days, that song was created. I can't wait for the kids to learn it so we can share it with the world because it captures exactly who we are at London. You all are going to see this lady do big things in her educational career, and we are so honored that she chose to begin it with London and Dwight. So London Elementary's Teacher of the Month is Lizzie Grice.
Thank you, Ms. Malin. Thank you, Ms. Grice. Now, Ms. Hope Statham, if you'll come and honor your Employee of the Month, Ms. Rhonda.
Good evening. The RJHS Employee of the Month is Rhonda Kamsurivong. Miss Rhonda is a clerk typist at RJHS and works in our library. Joining her tonight is her husband, Stephen. Miss Rhonda is one of those employees that goes above and beyond for our staff and students. She is always willing to help anyone in the school. Miss Rhonda was nominated by multiple people in our building. Here's what one of our teachers, Miss Susan Newman, had to say. Miss Rhonda is always helpful and kind to teachers and students alike. Her giving and friendly nature make me and everyone I see feel relaxed and comfortable around her, which is not an easy task in our current climate. She offers to help no matter what she is doing, and her positivity is contagious. She has such a wonderful heart for our school and our students. It's staff members like Miss Rhonda that make RJHS a great place to be. Join me in congratulating Miss Rhonda.
Thank you very much. And now Miss Siobhan Jackson. Let's honor her as she honors Miss Courtney Sweeney, her Employee of the Month.
Good evening. I am so excited. You can stand closer, act like you like me. I am so excited to get to celebrate and cheer for Miss Courtney Sweeney because she is such a cheerleader for all of our Crawford Eagles, whether it's cheering for our students, cheering for our staff, her colleagues, myself. She is that motivator and that cheerleader for us. She has all of the creative ideas. I tell her all the time, she's the life of the party at Crawford, at Crawford, outside of Crawford, and she brings so many fun things to our building. We've talked before about our house system that we implemented that our kids just fell in love with, our staff fell in love with, because it gives us an opportunity to build community, camaraderie, and also help our kids work on life skills. That house system was modeled after the Ron Clark Academy, but it was, as far as implementing it at Crawford, that was Miss Sweeney's brainchild. And I remember her texting me over the summer and saying, hey, would you like to do brunch? And I know her grand ideas, so I was a little bit worried, but I said, okay, I'm coming. So we met, and her and another teacher pitched this idea, and it was a very, very large scale. And I said, okay, well, if you guys can map out the plan, map out the idea, and, you know, I had a list of questions, and I said, if you can answer all these things, let's go for it. And she exceeded my expectations, went above and beyond in mapping that out for our staff, basically created a curriculum so that the teachers wouldn't have to do anything but just implement it. And it was such a huge hit. And I just appreciate that she's willing to put forth that effort and have those grand ideas and do whatever it takes to make those experiences meaningful for our students at Crawford. One other thing I want to say is that we're really digging into some hard work at Crawford right now with really unpacking and unwrapping our essential standards. And when you dig into that work, it really challenges teachers, and it forces them to think about their current practices and think about the why behind what they're doing. And it's very easy when you get into those tough conversations to kind of shy away and back away because sometimes, you know, we think we've been doing it right all these years, and I don't want to rethink about the way I'm doing things. But she has been such a cheerleader and such a motivator, and she jumps right in. And as we were talking about learning targets, instead of saying, oh, this is hard, we look up after a team meeting one day, and she's coming in with these big rolls of paper, and I'm like, what do you have there? And she said, oh, we made these huge targets for our kindergarten students. And so for some people, that would have been a huge challenge, but she made it fun, and she made it exciting, and now they have these huge targets all over the kindergarten classrooms, and these kids are just trying their best to meet all of these learning targets. So thank you for making learning fun for our students and for our staff. We appreciate you so much. So help me congratulate and cheer for Miss Courtney Sweeney.
Thank you, ladies. And now Ms. Tammy Chandler, Principal of Center Valley, honoring Miss Carrie Taylor.
So excited to get to honor Miss Carrie Taylor. She is our secretary at Center Valley. And I asked the staff to share with me some reasons why they thought that Miss Carrie was deserving to be our Employee of the Month. And it was stated like this: she is like our mama in the office. She takes care of the school, the students, and the staff as if we were all her very own. She mentors students, whether it's a student that needs an encouraging word or a student that needs someone to listen to them read, or sometimes there might be someone that has made a mistake, and she always takes the opportunity to remind them that they have a chance to do better next time. She will stop what she's doing to help with just about anything, and I mean just about anything. That includes the 4 snakes that she has killed so far at Center Valley.
Oh, wow.
On 4 separate occasions. At least 2 of those by stepping on them with her feet, sometimes with open toes. So I don't recommend that, but it's worked out so far. She has the ability to multitask and keep her cool. No matter what you might ask of her, she will find a way to make it happen. She was described by one teacher, I love this, as the living part of the resources I use every day. She's a team player, a hard worker, willing to help no matter how busy she is. She has wit and a sense of humor that is infectious. She's an encourager to me, to every staff member, and our students. And I'm sorry, COVID, but she's also a hugger. And sometimes that's just what we need. I couldn't do my job without my friend, Miss Carrie Taylor.
Thank you, ladies. And now, Principal of Russellville Middle School, Ms. Sarah Monfey, honoring Mr. Kevin Williams.
Russellville Middle School's Employee of the Month is Mr. Kevin Williams. He was selected due to his dedication and enthusiastic approach towards his role as one of our custodial workers. In fact, I just found out tonight he has been with RMS for 10 years, which is very impressive. Kevin is known to assist with various situations that may occur without any hesitation. He is consistently greeting and engaging with students and staff by calling their name and taking that extra care to make sure that RMS is running smoothly. Kevin is a perfect example of an employee who always puts his building, students, and fellow colleagues first, and I'm very proud to present him as the Russellville Middle School Employee of the Month.
Mr. Cloud, may I take a moment of the microphone, please? Good evening, everyone. I'd like to take a moment to honor a very special team member of our central office staff. This is an individual that arrives early, works late, is the grammar police of our central office. Her service to me and the board is highly commendable, and we absolutely could not achieve excellence without her. So I'd like to honor Ms. Renee Bailey as our Central Office Employee of the Month for helping us achieve excellence together. Ms. Renee, don't cry, you're going to make me cry. Come up here.
That was good, and I would like to add to Dr. Gocher, for the board, Renee, you're also our Employee of the Month too. There's a lot of things that y'all, don't know, but Renee does everything for the board, communication-wise. It's timely, it's organized, it's there when we need it, and so she is, and whenever we need something, she does it with a smile on her face. If I need something, so on behalf of the board, Renee, too, you're our Employee of the Month, and thank you so much for being great to us and helping us out at all times. Thank you. All right, also our nice backdrop here, we want to thank Rachel for getting that designed and ordered so we can see, so I appreciate that. Also, at this time, I need a motion to approve adding the addenda items to the agenda including the ones listed on the agenda and those that aren't listed, which includes a separation agreement and a certified resignation. So I need to be sure a motion and a second that we get to add that. Can I entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. White, and Jason Golden for the second. Thank you very much. Also, I received, is there anybody here wishing to address the board on an agenda item? What's that? Oh, we did vote, didn't we? Oh. Okay, I have a motion and second on number 1. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Thanks, Morgan. Appreciate that. That's major. Number 5, are there anybody here wishing to address the board on an agenda item listed tonight? Okay, on number 6, Mr. Hodge has sent an email, and I will share that with y'all. He wanted everyone to know that the PPC hasn't had any meetings, and so there's no policy to discuss. And but he does want everyone to know that the teachers and him are very thankful for us and the board, and they greatly appreciate all the things that we have done to support the teachers this year. So that's from Mr. Hodge on behalf of all the employees at the district. And Mr. Hodge, thank you so much for that email. And he wanted me to be sure that was shared. So thank you all. So also at this time, Dr. Gocher, number 7.
Thank you, Mr. Cloud. At this time every year, it is my honor to present our report to patrons. This is an opportunity for me to share with you, our patrons, and especially now that we have our viewers on the live stream, to be able to report to you our fulfillment of the board's goals that we support and we hope to continue to uphold. And so, while it is almost impossible to recognize every bit of the partnerships, every bit of the recognitions, we certainly want to highlight some of the new ones that we have. And so at this time, I'd like to present our report to patrons to you at this time. So thank you, Miss Rachel Jones, who helped put this together. And we wanted to report, and I realize the font is a bit small for everyone to see, but I know that Mr. Stahl is also presenting that on the live stream. So we want to present to you Russellville School District by the numbers, and I'll read some of these very quickly. Currently, we have 5,190 students enrolled, 289 students enrolled in the Cyclone Virtual Academy, 9 virtual teachers, full-time virtual teachers, 12 nurses throughout the district, 31 different languages spoken, 58 all-region band students, 100 RSD employees trained in mental health first aid. Mr. White, we're going to continue to see that number grow. 132 community scholarships have been granted to our students. 200 special ed students are served monthly, while we have identified 691 special ed students. 800 ESL students, 1,200 language minority students. Folks, take a look at this. Over 250,000 meals have been delivered between March and November 3rd. We're talking meals delivered, while we have served 759,000 meals on site, an impressive number in all categories. So with COVID-19, we'd like to present safety in numbers. 15 fog machines, 20 ultraviolet light air sanitizers for our HVAC, 38 air purifying humidifiers, 63 bottle filling stations, 73 sneeze guards. How many of you expected to have sneeze guards in a report to patrons? 115 hand sanitizer stands, 4,864 ounces of Virex disinfectant, 5,000 disposable masks have been provided, over 24,000 gloves have been provided, 25,000 of disinfectant wipes, and almost 70,000 ounces of hand sanitizer. And hopefully next month I'll be able to report our thermal imaging devices that were presented to us last month by our patron. Help me out, it's coming to me. Yeah, Jim Bob. Sorry, Jim Bob, if you're watching. Jim Bob Humphrey, our wonderful patron who has helped raise funds for our 11 thermal imaging devices that are yet to be installed. So let's take a look, patrons, at our RSD 5-year board goals. As always, all of these goals will ensure student-focused decisions at a high level of expectation. Starting with Goal 1, our board and we all believe that students achieve a high level of readiness to reach their potential so that businesses and post-secondary schools, in bold, seek out our students. Goal number 2, we want to continue to be the school of choice in our region for parents, students, and employees. And Goal 3, to continue to increase partnerships that create a unified community that values and supports education. And what you're going to see now are manifestations of each of those 3 goals. So in Goal number 1, let's take a look at some school achievements. Project Lead the Way School District. We're very proud to be a pre-K through 12 school district. Proud of Crawford Elementary becoming a blue ribbon school. Russellville Intermediate School awarded $1,400 from the Sheriff's Office for Red Ribbon Week. Mary Beth Cox and Language Arts Instructional Facilitator Ms. Stephanie Perkins wrote a literacy grant for successful outcomes for Arkansas readers from the high school. They receive $60,000 each year for 2 years to support literacy in our high school. Ms. Judy Pennington, our district grant writer, wrote a math grant for strong Tier 1 math in grades 6 through 11 and received over $100,000 for that grant writing effort. And Russellville High School had 17 students and 2 alternates accepted to Governor School. Let's now honor our teachers. Teacher of the Year, Ms. Lewis for the Russellville High School. ESL Teacher of the Year from Art TESOL was Ms. Amy Moody, who works at the high school. The Terrell H. Bell Award, Ms. Crawford Principal, Ms. Siobhan Jackson, 1 of 10 in the nation. Siobhan, we continue to honor you for this award. Band Master of the Year, spoke to him today, Mr. Dwayne Dove. Mr. Chance Duncan, honored for being the only Arkansas Outstanding Biology Teacher of the Year. Alternative Learning Education Award Teachers of the Year, Ms. Sarah Connerly, Bridget Smith at Sequoia, and Eli Craner at Secondary Learning Center. Center Valley's favorite teacher, Ms. Catherine Bass, was awarded $500 by Arvest Bank. And the Board of Directors of the National Federation of State High School Associations selected Mr. Johnny Johnson of our community as the 2019 recipient for the National, I used to know what the acronym, there it is, Federation for State High School Citation Award. Mr. Johnson was recognized as among the best in their profession by their colleagues. So congratulations to our outstanding teachers and staff. Let's continue to honor our students. National Merit semifinalist, Russellville High School student Daxon Carriero. State Diamond Award was SLC student Ms. Cheyenne Henderson, Crawford Elementary alumni. 2020 Digital Documentary Showcase was RJHS student Isabel Clements. RHS Forensics Debate Team won the state tournament. Our high school thespian troupe received the Critics' Choice Award at state. 18 RHS students made All-State Choir, 22 RHS students made All-State Band, and our RHS Quiz Bow wins their 4th consecutive state championship, hoping for a 5-peat. Now let's look at the School of Choice accomplishments. Let's take a look at our athletic awards. Gatorade Boys Soccer Player of the Year was RHS student Dylan Rice. RJHS cheer team won 2nd place at the Southern Spirit cheerleading competition. RH Boys Soccer team won their state championship, as I mentioned earlier. Boys swimming and diving took home the 2020 championship, while the girls swimming and diving were runner-up in the 2020 championship. A little more specifics on band and choir. RHS Band made 1st Division and superior ratings in the regional marching assessment. 2 RHS Band students were first chair finalists. 41 choir students qualified to audition for All-State. And folks, look at this. RHS had 58 students qualify for All-Region Choir, which is more than any other school in the region. Now let's take a look at our wonderful partnerships fulfilling board goal number 3. Over $100,000 was awarded to RSD students through community scholarships. ConAgra and Walmart donated over 50,000 Lysol wipes during this pandemic season. The Youth Leadership Program graduated 6 students at A&O, had the privilege of being a part of that and the honor of being able to speak to those wonderful graduates. RMS received 750 individual hand sanitizers from Kroger. Garver Engineer donated $2,000 of the VEX IQ equipment to the RHS robotics team. London Robotics was awarded $2,000 from Entergy for their equipment. And there we go, Jim Bob Humphrey organized a Protect Our School campaign to raise money for the thermal imaging devices for each of our school building entryways. And Burris Incorporated recently donated boxes of school supplies for RSD elementary schools. I Love My RSD campaign raised $10,000 for COVID relief for our employees. RHS was ranked number 28 in the nation among American high schools. Retirees left the district with a total of 420 years of service to our wonderful school district. RSD's communications department now has an official YouTube channel. Hello, YouTube channel viewers. And UE5G, I'm sorry, what's UE5G? Oh, that is now RIS, Russellville Intermediate School. So folks, I just want to show you in a wonderful graphic that Ms. Jones presented, RSD by the numbers, and I'll leave this up for a while as you can see just a more graphic image of all of the wonderful, noteworthy accomplishments of this school district. Folks, thank you for allowing me to share the report to patrons. And that's right. Mr. Jeff Holt just handed to me, were you recently recognized as the state safety director of the year or something like that? For the state of Arkansas. That's awesome. Sir, thank you for your service and congratulations as well. As you can see, there are so many things that we have the privilege of honoring our wonderful district, honoring our 3 board goals. So folks, thank you very much for the privilege of sharing the report to patrons. Back to you, Mr. Cloud.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gocher. Also in the back with the portal patrons, we have a sign-in sheet. And so if you would, everybody that's here, Ms. Rachel Jones has that in the back. If you would sign that, and it'll also be notated that it was on our YouTube channel for our patrons to see. So at this time, thank you, Dr. Gocher.
My pleasure.
Number 8, our consent agenda. Is there anything we need pulled?
No, but Mr. President, I think item 3, of course, the word gets out pretty fast, but it's a very welcoming news. And since a lot of people watching it online, I think it's a pretty big deal. I
Yes,
think
sir.
it might be worthy of mentioning, verbalizing publicly.
All righty. As part of the consent agenda this evening is being recommended to the Board of Education, which we will approve unanimously as part of the consent agenda, is a one-time bonus of $750 for each full-time employee, $750 for each full-time employee, and $375 for each part-time employee. And so on behalf of the board, we appreciate each and every one of our employees, from our classified staff all the way through our certified staff to our administrators. Y'all have gone above and beyond since this pandemic has hit, and y'all have continued to set the bar high. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And it's just a small token of our appreciation for all the hard work that y'all have done and will continue to do. And thank y'all very much, and we hope each and every one of our employees, administrators, classified employees have a wonderful Thanksgiving. That's next week, and happy Thanksgiving to those. Anything else from any other board member?
I just appreciate our money managers.
Yes.
That comes with a lot of hard work to make that happen. So I appreciate Justin and Dr. Docher for their efforts.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. All righty. So at this time, the consent agenda is that nothing is to be pulled, correct? Then that will be approved as listed. So 1 through 4 is approved on consent. Number 9, Mr. Golden.
Thank you, Mr. Cloud. Motion to approve period 4 financial report as reported by Justin Robertson at 6:30 committee meeting.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Carter, is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes unanimously. Ms. Wynn, we had no policy?
We don't have policies to vote on tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Carter, Building and Grounds?
Yes, motion to approve the lease agreement with Verizon Wireless on a cell tower on district property.
Second.
Who was the second? Mr. Keister? Okay, with a motion by Mr. Carter. I got echo and a second by Mr. Keister. Thank y'all. Any discussion? Call those in favor. Okay, that motion passes unanimously. Dr. Gocher, could you go to 12 maybe?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Ms. Jenny Barber has requested a change of position and pay from clerk typist to secretary 1 in the federal programs preschool department, which is advancing from I believe it was a 180-day contract, if I'm not mistaken, to a 210-day. This will be paid from ABC funds, so it does not affect our operating fund, and I recommend this change of position to enhance the length of the clerk typist to secretary 1 position for her department.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gocher. Can I entertain a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Carter, second.
Second.
Mr. Keister, thank you. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? That is unanimous. So at this time, we will need to go to Morgan.
Got something else under other, if y'all will indulge me for a minute and see if I can do this.
Yes, sir.
Didn't have this plan until that text message a little bit ago, but let's see if I can. Can I put a picture up there?
You may. If you send it to me, I could, we could do that?
Yeah. I'll be quick once I get this to you. There it is, 4679.
Oh, he's doing it through, yeah. Well done, Mr. Technology.
Okay, so I'll try to get through this, but this is kind of cool. Last weekend, this guy in the middle, his name is Chris Nikich. I got to see something amazing last weekend. He was the first person with Down syndrome to complete a Ironman race. Extremely impressive. He's a great role model example. The 1% better that's on his shirt was something that was kind of his slogan for the race. He wanted to get 1% better every day, and that's how he knew he'd get through it. Another one of his kind of slogans was anything is possible, and that was everywhere at this event. And just to kind of put it in perspective, it's a 2.4-mile swim, which he did in right about 2 hours. It was a 112-mile bike. He did in 8 hours and 12 minutes. That's a long, if anyone's ridden a bike, that's a long time to be on a bike. I'd have quit well before 8 hours. And a 26.2-mile run. He did that in about 6 hours and 18 minutes for a total of 16 hours and 46 minutes. He's had an impact worldwide on kids and adults that have followed him through this process and through this. And there's a lot of information and videos of his accomplishment and him talking about, what it meant to him and what the messages he's received from how he is just from taking that approach of trying to get 1% better and anything is possible of the people he's inspired. And, that really kind of hit me, and I just want to share that. Great guy. I was glad I got to run into him, got to meet him at the expo, got to see him on the course. It was a great treat. That's it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And also, if you would, Morgan, add that to Miss Renee. I'd like to add that to our minutes so it can be notated. Thank you so much. And also, Mr. Morgan Barrett to our left completed the same Ironman. And that is no simple task. And so, Morgan, congratulations to you. And kudos, because I probably would have been, I would not have made it, I can promise you. But congratulations to Morgan. All right, thank you, Morgan, again for that. And also, anything else on other? Okay, at this time, we will need to go to executive session. Can I entertain a motion and a second for executive?
Motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. So at this time right now, we will adjourn to executive session. Thank you. We will stay in the auditorium for executive session.